Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages of the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin to find out what cards come out, some messages come through with the cards that do come out in this reading for you. So the first card that we have is the Page of Cups, and we also have the Hermit. We've got some water sign energy with this Page of Cups. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or even a Scorpio, but we also have some Virgo energy with the Hermit, so you could also be dealing with a Virgo. And we also have the Knight of Swords here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, and we have more Cancer energy with the Chariot. So with the Chariot card showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an aligned energy. I do feel like, especially when it comes to a connection, this feels like being able to work quite well together in a connection and also being in alignment with each other in a way that when it comes to this connection, it is one that keeps you on your path. It doesn't detour you. I do feel like with the Chariot card showing up over here, this does feel like forward movement. So I do feel like because of the alignment, it does feel like it's easier to be able to experience things kind of moving forward. It's almost like it's the natural next step when it comes to being able to progress things as well. I do feel like with the Chariot card, this could even be travel in this connection. There could be a long distance connection as well. And for that reason, there could be a lot of travel that comes with this connection too. But with the Page of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who do feel like this person has feelings towards you. This does also feel like an energy of this person who's being quite nice to you. I do feel like it's coming from a genuine and sincere place when it comes to them treating you quite nicely. I do feel like with the Page of Cups showing up over here, there's a lot of admiration. But also with this Page of Cups, this does also feel like an energy of somebody who's in a space where you do feel like emotionally, when it comes to their feelings, this person isn't somebody who tries to run away from that. It's like they are kind of expressive of that. It's like they wear their heart on their sleeve. But with the Page of Cups, this does feel like an energy of kind of handling their emotions or expressing them in a way that does seem like this person may be a little bit inexperienced when it comes to how to be able to actually fully express that they're going through or what they're feeling. But I do feel like there's an attempt. I do feel like with this Page of Cups, this could even be that there's an age difference between yourself and this person. But I do feel like when it comes to a connection, this does feel like a sense of somebody who does have a lot of, it's like they have a lot of admiration for a lot of you. There's a lot about you that actually really does do it for this person. I do feel like also with this Page of Cups, this also feels like an energy of somebody kind of being in a space where they are inspired to want to be able to kind of reach out, to be able to make an offer of some sort, to be able to extend that to you as well. This does feel like a romantic energy, and I do feel like this person kind of coming from that kind of a place when it comes to this connection with you, and even when it comes to their feelings for you. This does feel like a person who has that for you. With the Hermit card showing up over here though, this feels like an energy of you being in a space where it's like you want to be able to go within and spend more time by yourself at this time. And I do feel like it's not necessarily in a sense of shutting down. This does just feel like an energy of kind of wanting to be able to go into your own zone. And I do feel like with the Hermit card showing up over here, that also feels like it is something that is going to lend to the state of being recharged in a way that actually does you good in the long run. I do feel like with the Hermit card, this does feel like an energy of spending time by yourself, or even kind of with being a little bit more withdrawn. I do feel like when it comes to that energy, this does feel like it's also kind of putting somebody in a space where they are kind of, I do feel like they're missing you, but also feel like they want to be able to reach out. They want to be able to hear from you with this Knight of Swords. This does feel like an energy of somebody who's kind of rushing in this connection with you. So feel like quick communication from this person. But I do feel like with the Knight of Swords, this feels like having open communication. I feel like that's something this person desires with you in this connection. I also feel that with this Knight of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who's in a space where they're taking the initiative. They're kind of being the one who's kind of taking the leap on that when it comes to being able to reach out. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Six of Pentacles, And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. So with the Ten of Cups strong up over here, this does feel like having a strong connection that does go quite deep. I do feel like also having a strong emotional bond with this person as well. I do feel like when it comes to your ability to have what feels like it's like you're able to really connect on an emotional level with this person is also something that kind of puts them in a space where they are experiencing this connection as being one that is very ideal and that they would like to be a part of with you. I do feel like with this Page of Cups showing up over here, this also feels expressive. So this person being in a space where it's like they're expressing from a place that does feel like it's motivated by their emotional feelings towards you in this connection. I do feel like with the Ten of Cups, this does feel like an energy of having a connection that does have the potential to go the distance. And I do feel like also be very fulfilling as well. So this Ten of Cups, this does feel like an energy of kind of having a connection that almost feels like that happily ever after that you've been seeking. And I do feel like with this Ten of Cups, this also feels like a sense of being able to have a connection where it feels like the emotional state of things between the two of you feels like it's in harmony, it's in alignment, it's balanced. But the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a very generous energy. I do feel like with this Page of Cups, this feels like a person who's in a space where they want to be able to express something. They want to make you some offer. I do feel like also this person is in a space where it's like they're putting themselves out there, they're reaching out. Do you feel like with the Six of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of kind of being generous. And I feel like also being generous, not only in the material sense of the word, but also with their time, with their energy, with their emotions, and being able to be open with you. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, this feels like a connection with a lot of support in it. It feels like a very supportive energy that is between the two of you. And I also feel like there's a lot of value within being in this connection with this person in particular, because they do feel like it's like they add value to you. I also feel like they recognize your value, and this does feel like a sense of having a connection that flows because of that balance. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, this does also feel like having a give and take that is balanced. That is also something that somebody's actually in a space where they're trying to be able to make work and make flow in this connection. It's like you're feeling things out in that sense. With the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really being in a space where there is a sense of this connection feels like it does take work. It is one that does require effort, and you notice that and you feel that. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of actually putting effort into a connection. But I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of that being something that is more than what you may have anticipated going into it. But I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, it's for a word, it's going to be worth it. It is something that's leading towards this Ten of Cups energy over here, this happily ever after kind of energy that you're entering into with this person. One thing about this connection, I do get that it means a lot to you. And with the Seven of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of having a lot of care invested into this connection. And I do feel like that is why you are kind of investing into this connection with this person. I do feel like at times things may feel like they happen in a way that you don't expect them to, where things may move slower or things may move at a pace that is not what you expect. But I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of making big moves forward. And I do feel like it happens, it's like it happens gradually, or it happens in a way that is unexpected. But I do feel like you are experiencing a lot of forward movements in this connection, even in times where you may doubt that. With this Knight of Cups, this does feel like an energy of somebody who wants to come towards you with, I do feel like an offer, even a romantic gesture. This feels like an energy of somebody who's in a very romantic atmosphere, a romantic mood. It's like they want to reach you, they want to get your attention. I do feel like it's a sincere energy when it comes to that. I do feel like with this Knight of Cups, this also feels like enjoyable moments that are offered to you when it comes to being able to actually deepen this connection with this person in a lot of ways, where do you feel like even just being able to participate in activities that do actually feel like they are really in support of you being able to be closer in this connection. This does feel like this person has feelings for you. I do also feel like this person is in a space where they are not hiding that. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the North Node with life's purpose. We have Mercury with mind. And we have the first house with the body. So with the North Node card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a connection that does feel like it's in favor or benefits you as far as even your life at large, as far as being on your life purpose. Do you feel like there's a sense of being able to experience a connection that does actually kind of put you in a position to be able to be closer to what feels like your life purpose, and even in ways that you show up as far as your characteristics? There's a sense of iron sharpening iron through this connection with this person. It's like there's a sense of being able to challenge each other in a way that brings out the best side of you. I do feel like with the North Node card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a connection that does feel like it is very significant. I do also feel like there's a sense of being able to be in a connection that feels like it's happening for a reason, and that's because it is. I do feel like with the Mercury card showing up over here, this feels like a sense that you are on this person's mind. I do feel like you're on this person's mind a lot, maybe even a lot more than you know, or they let you know. And I also feel like with the Hermit card that this person is also on your mind, and it feels like with the Hermit card showing up over here, it feels like they're living rent free in your mind. And I do feel like there's a sense of that also reflecting how much this person means to you and this connection means to you. With this Mercury card, this also feels like communication, a desire to be able to actually have a conversation that's very open, or even having that on the horizon. I do feel like with the first house with the body, this does feel like an energy of having a lot of attraction in this connection. I do feel like there's a sense of being very, very drawn, and even being made to feel like when it comes to even just the way in which somebody's perceiving you, something very appealing for them. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, this does feel like a pretty confident energy. It also feels quite direct. With the Knight of Cups showing up over here, it feels like an energy of someone who doesn't hold back. They're not holding back. I do feel like there's a sense of them kind of expressing their admiration and their appreciation. With the first house card showing up over here, they could even be going through what maybe a change in your outer appearance. I do feel like this person being in a space where they really appreciate that, and they really are in a space of really liking that. I do feel like with this first house card showing up over here, this does also feel like a sense of having a connection that does feel like there's a lot of attraction. So I do feel like there's a magnetic attraction presence in this connection as well. Also with this first house card showing up over here, you could also be dealing with an Aries. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.